Good day, netwebbing friends. CamiBaker.com here on day number 5 of the 7-day free challenge to get 30 highly qualified leads in 30 days in as little as 30 minutes a day. Now, if you're watching these videos, it's because you're an entrepreneur, you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're a high-ticket salesperson, you're a commission-based salesperson, small business owner, one of my heart-centered visionary followers who is looking to have more people to talk to about the services that you provide. So you've got a great product or a great service or both, but just like all business owners, the more leads, the better, especially when they're highly qualified. And in today's social networking and global economy, there's never been a better time to be really in touch with people and really let them see you and feel you. And, people do business with people, not really with the product or service. They want to make sure that they connect. I today, for myself, just hired a new coach. And it really was his ability to be very authentic with me and to really make me feel like he was really in it to win it with me, right? Just like I am with my clients and just like I'm sure that you are with yours. So today's challenge is really, really yummy juicy. It is so yummy juicy because this is where I have watched thousands and thousands of people drop the ball. Just take the ball and drop it. Just drop it. And it would be in the follow-up, the follow-through. So when we go to an event, when we meet someone, when we touch base with them on Facebook or LinkedIn or anywhere, wherever we are finding people that we are talking to them, are we following up? Are we following up? Because guys, if you're not following up, you weren't there. So let's focus on live events because that's what people typically think of when they think of networking. And of course, you got to remember, with my system, we're not looking to network. We're going to take the work out of networking because networking doesn't work. It is random activity. We are going to build a NetWeb, which is leveraging our time through planned strategy. So here's one of those planned strategies, follow up. So first of all, hand to our heart. This is the creed. So I encourage you to take this creed. I state your name, solemnly swear that I will never, ever, ever ask for another contact or business card again unless I have full intention of following up and I do it within a week. So follow-up is really important. When we ask for someone's business card and then don't follow up, it's really basically telling a lie. Hey, I want your contact information. I want to talk to you. I want to follow up. I want to see about doing business together, but then we don't. So what are we really saying? It's like a guy asking a girl for her phone number and then he never calls her. She thinks, wow, what a jerk. He asked me for my number and he never called. It's kind of the same thing when we go around asking people for business cards and don't follow up. So here's a few tips on follow-up. First of all, I'm going to suggest that we focus on the few as opposed to the masses. One of the mistakes that I see people make over and over that I have made many times in my networking career, I've been to thousands of events and I too have done this back in the day, grabbing tons and tons and tons of cards and then getting home and being totally overwhelmed. Way too many. What do I do with them? I don't remember this person. Does this person remember me? I don't even like this guy or gal. I don't even feel good about calling them. All of these things in our head. So why do we do that to ourselves? See, there are gold nuggets among the rocks. And so why are we even bringing the rocks home with us? Why are we even doing that? So let's focus on 3 to 5 tops at an event. Depending, like if you're at an all-day event or a week-long seminar, of course that's different. But I'm talking about if it's a good old-fashioned 1 or 2 hour event, no more than 3 to 5 tops. For me, these days, it's more like when I meet that one person that I was really supposed to meet there, that's gold. No more than 3. So let's focus on the few, number 1. Number 2, when we reach out, voicemail, email, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever we're doing, it doesn't mean we just friend them and now we're friends and we move on about our day. I'm talking about actually following up, like using our voice, at least using our fingers, maybe even using our face. Remember, the first challenge of this challenge was to actually send a video or a voicemail to someone through Facebook Messenger. So now that we're following up, whether we're using our phone or email or what have you, the point of this is that we want to make it personal. So when we are reaching out to that person, we want to make it personal. We want to remind them of what we talked about. We talked about fabulous shoes, or we talked about sushi, or we talked about hot air ballooning, or we talked about, this huge project that's coming up in the big city that we are all in. Or we talked to them about another networking event that they would be interested in, or we would be interested in. We talked to them about a referral maybe that we're wanting to send their way, or that they're sending our way, etc. So however we're reaching out to them, remind them, number one, of who you are. I'm going to give you an example in just a minute of who you are, where you met, what you talked about, and we want to give a call to action at the end and or give a piece of value. So when I do the 30, 30, and 30, as I've been calling it, the how to acquire up to 30 highly qualified leads in 30 days in as little as 30 minutes a day. When I do that program, I actually give out blueprints and scripts for this type of a thing, but I'll just give you an example. So if I'm leaving a message for someone, I'm going to leave a message like this. Now, this is assuming she didn't answer. Hi, Mary, this is Cami Baker. We met at the chamber event last Tuesday. I was the one in those fabulous red shoes, and we got to talking about some shoe sales going on in the area. Listen, I want to send over a coupon to you for a shoe sale that I know that's going on. As a matter of fact, what's a good email address or a place that I can send that to? I'll talk to you soon. In other words, what I just did was I reminded her who I was, what we talked about. I had something of value, this coupon for this shoe sale in this silly little example. And I gave her a call to action. I said, what's a great way for me to get this to you? Some people want you to send it through LinkedIn or Facebook or email or mail it to them or whatever their mode of operation is. So we want to follow up with people within a week. And because we've taken the creed, we are not just grabbing a bunch of cards and being overwhelmed with 50 or 100 cards a week that we can't do that with. If you're going to 1 or 2 events a week, hey, there's 6 or 8 people that you can follow up with. But remember, you're netwebbing to create your net worth. And because we're putting this much time and energy into our net worth, wouldn't it be smart to actually build it by calling these people? And I say calling because that's right. This thing that was created, this phone, you can hold it to your ear and actually talk to people. Imagine that. So always consider calling them first. One of my good friends, Langston White, calls. He is not much of a texter. He actually calls every time. And I love that about him. That's why he's so successful. So make the phone call, send the text, send the email, whatever you got to do. But for God's sake, please don't put them on a carbon copied, CC'd email that now we can all see. It was so nice to meet you at the event. I sure hope we do business. If there's anything I can do with you in the future, please let me know. Here's a copy of my newsletter, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Nobody wants that, especially when it wasn't asked for or warranted, okay? So let's always make it personal. So today's challenge is, who have you networked with recently, specifically, that you can reach out to right now before their card is more than 7 days old, before their contact is more than 7 days old. You may be one of those people who doesn't use business cards anymore, but you put it right in your phone. That's okay, but it's called a contact for a reason. It's called a contact because you're supposed to contact them. So who can you contact today that you have talked to? Now, if you read my book, which I don't have in front of me, shame on me. If you read my book, Mingle to Millions, there's a whole chapter in there about cleaning up the wreckage of the past. Meaning when you have business cards or contacts from 3 months, 6 months, 3 years, 10 years ago, and I talk about how you can actually go back and clean up the wreckage of the past. But for right now, who have you met in the last week? And if it needs to go back 2 weeks or a month, whatever that looks like for you, who can you reach out to and follow up with right now? Because I am sure that you have people on Facebook, LinkedIn, people that you've met at events, people that have been referred to you, past clients. That's right. we can actually call or touch base with our past clients too. That's a real shocker for some of my clients to think about actually calling past clients. So there are people that you can follow up with and touch base with. So CamiBaker.com here, giving you day 5's free challenge of the 7-day challenge that may turn into 8. I think I got a little special bonus at the end. And if you would like to take 30 highly qualified leads in 30 days, in as little as 30 minutes a day, you and I need to talk. We need to have a conversation. I've got a program coming up, and I'd be happy to talk to you about how you can qualify. That's right, you need to qualify. You need to be an entrepreneur, or at least want to be, right? You could be still in that employee phase and looking to get out, but you got to be really, really motivated. You got to have that, like that drive, that desire in your belly. If you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, commission-based salesperson, coach, speaker, trainer, expert of some kind, and getting a lot of highly qualified leads is what you need to do, I can help you with that. I can help you with that. We can talk about a couple of different ways that I can help you with that. So send me a message, fill in the box, whatever we've done with this to the side, to below, wherever it is. And I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. I'm always easy to find. Not only am I raw, real, and relatable, I'm also reachable. Cami at CamiBaker.com, and I'll even give you my cell phone number because it'll never change. 603-785-2598. See you on the next video.